Okay, today is our final Monarch Butterfly Day of Butterfly Week. You need to open up your book to your book page with your from Monarchs, and it should have your picture finish and this part at the top finish where we said Monarchs, they migrate 3,000 miles to find the just right climate. And then we drew a picture of the monarchs and their migration. Now today, on the lines below, we're going to add a fact about monarchs. So let's start off thinking about some of the things we know about monarchs. Okay, we already have on our page how far they travel. We have on our page why they migrate. So let's think of something else that we learned about monarchs. There's a couple interesting facts. Let's think about how long does a typical monarch live? About 5 weeks. Okay, so typical monarchs live about 5 weeks. How long do the ones that migrate live? So the migrating monarchs live 8 to 9 months. So they live way longer, right? It's about 1 month for a typical monarch, and it's about 8 to 9 months for the ones that do the migrating. That's a lot longer. That is just crazy to me. It's incredible. Okay, I know I keep saying that. So they live a lot longer. The other thing we learned is that not just one butterfly makes the round trip, right? It takes 4 generations. Now, 4 generations means like this butterfly is alive, right? And then it has babies. And then we're on this generation. And then this generation lays eggs. And these ones die. And then we're on this generation. This one's alive. And then these ones die. And then we're on this generation, right? So that's what a generation is. So like in your family, your grandparents would be one generation, right? And then their children, your parents, that's the next generation. And then you are the 3rd generation. And someday, if you grow up and have kids, your kids will be the 4th generation. That's how many generations of monarchs it takes to make the migration. So it would be like if your grandparents started the migration, right? And it doesn't get finished by your parents. It doesn't get finished by you, but instead it gets finished by your kids if you have kids. Interesting, isn't that? So it takes 4 generations to complete a migration. So I want you to think about those facts and to write one of those on your book page today. Okay, so I'm not going to do it because I want you to think of this on your own. I'll do my own too. But so some ideas of things you might say are the monarchs that migrate lived 8 to 9 months, but typical monarchs live only 5 weeks. You might say that. That's a long sentence, but you might say that. You might say it takes 4 generations to complete one migration. Okay, you might say that. Or we learned that where did they lay their eggs? Do you remember that? On a specific plant. It's called a milkweed plant. So you can say monarchs lay their eggs on milkweed plants. You can say that. Okay, so think of a fact. If you need to go back to the videos on Monday to rewatch those and remember some facts about the monarchs, you can do that. Or you can watch the video from yesterday where I read the pages in the book. You can do that too. Those would refresh your thinking about monarchs. Okay, so what you're going to do now is we're going to end the video and you're going to find something to write with. And I want you to write a sentence that tells us something about the monarchs that we didn't already put on this page. Okay? All right, go ahead and work on that.